because I skipped over this thing, we're gonna have two bangers back to back, banger after
Yeah,
banger. Which is what this
after
showcase
banger.
was. I
Yeah.
lied to you not. I was sitting in here after the showcase, just going over and over again, going banger after banger after banger for like 10 minutes straight,
For good reason though.
because it was so good. Shout out to Seamus. But
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater,
Mm.
you don't understand how
Oh no.
I jumped out of my seat. I was like, oh my
I can
god,
imagine.
I can't believe it. I did not think they were going to show this here because it was announced at a PlayStation showcase. So everybody thought they're going to show it again. It's going to be at a PlayStation showcase. Nope, they showed it here. So we got a full on gameplay reveal, and still no release date. But they're Konami's on this series on YouTube with David Hayter, the voice of Snake, where they talk about Metal Gear, and they released one that I just watched actually not too long ago. And they announced pre-orders, but still no date. And I'm gonna pre-order
Oh.
it because I'm gonna play it, and I want
Right. Real.
and I want that collector's edition.
Yeah.
But like,
Makes sense.
I'm just waiting for it to be in stock in Best Buy again. I could get it from GameStop, but I don't trust packages being delivered here, let alone that one. So
Right.
I'd rather get it at Best Buy where I have to go pick it up. Like I did with this gaming laptop because I did not trust this expensive piece of machinery getting delivered into this neighborhood.
Right. I get
On
it.
this very busy street that I live on. That's why I have a Ring camera now. I'll be watching out for them packages.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm real excited. I'm real excited. So they did, both in this video, they talked about some of the stuff that they ended up posting on their website that I was trying to find last night, but for the longest time I couldn't find out where people were getting information. People kept talking about it, but not citing the source. And I'm like, where are you guys getting this information? But it was just their website.
Ah.
So the battle damage system has been upgraded in Metal Gear Solid 3. A big mechanic that unfortunately never comes back in any of the other Metal Gear games, and I think other games should do something like this, where you gotta eat. If you don't, you'll starve. Like single player action games. There's plenty of games that do that type of mechanic. The type of mechanics I'm going to describe. But if you don't eat, you'll start to get hungry, and you'll like lose health, and your stamina will go down. You have to bandage your wounds. You have to treat your wounds just in general. If you get a bullet shot, you have to use very specific. You have to go into the menu and click a bunch of very specific things to take care of it.
Right.
Like you have to use a specific thing to take out the bullet. You got to use antiseptic, and then you got to bandage it up. And same thing with various different other things like burns. So that's coming back, of course, because why would it not? It would be ridiculous if it didn't.
Right.
But along with that, the wounds will heal and scar over, and
Yeah. All
and,
that.
yeah, and that will persist throughout the entire game, and that's cool as hell.
Very cool.
That's dope. So yeah, injuries will leave their mark permanently, and you'll be able to select between modern and classic control styles. They didn't really go into what that really means, so I'm not really sure how it'll work. But they also showed that it'll have two different camera styles, which is surprising that they're doing it for this game, but at the same time not, because the original Metal Gear Solid 3 does the same thing. It has a fixed camera mode, and it has, there was a version of it that came out afterwards called Subsistence that had the original camera mode that the game came out with was fixed camera, but then later on they released it with the controllable third person camera.
Oh.
So they're doing that again with the remake. I don't imagine they'll do it with any other remake of Metal Gear Solid, only because it works with this game because it already did that before, and this is, for as far as we can tell, is going to be as much of a one-to-one remake as something like Link's Awakening. It feels like it's going to be the exact same game with some slight tweaks and upgrades. Maybe a better comparison might be, it's somewhere in between Dead Space and Link's Awakening, where Dead Space is super what's the word? I don't know. I guess just true to the original. I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. And Link's Awakening is just straight up the same game, but it looks better in a lot of ways,
Right.
and it plays just slightly differently. And this seems like somewhere in between that, where it is very, very close to the original, but makes just enough changes for it to work in terms of gameplay to evolve it, which is a very delicate balance that it seems like they're doing very well. I think this is the trailer that has convinced everyone, and myself especially, that okay, they got it. They know what they're doing. They're not going to mess this
Yeah.
up. Because I think making it very clear that they aren't going to change really much of anything has everybody sign a breath of relief and just be like, okay, they can't mess this up because they're literally just going to make the same game again. So remake them all, even 5. Even though that game only came out, I say only, but it came out almost 10 years ago. It came out 2015. But yeah, I'm super excited. And oh my god, they showed a whole gameplay trailer for Perfect Dark, a game that everybody thought was dead. They thought this game was done.
For real.
Everyone thought this game was dead in the water. There have been like a bunch of rumors saying that the development cycle has been troubled. So I thought that this game was either never going to see the light of day, or when it came out, it was going to be a mess. But it looks really good. So it is a reboot of the Secret Agent series featuring the iconic Joanna Dark. In the near future, Earth is struck by a series of global disasters, bringing ecosystems around the world to the verge of collapse. In the all-new Perfect Dark game, you experience the journey of Joanna Dark, Data Dine's elite agent, as she hunts down the world's most wanted criminal, Daniel Carrington. To uncover the mysteries behind the technological breakthroughs that could threaten the lives of millions of people. I read that weird, but that's the end of that sentence. But yeah, it looks good. They're seemingly turning a game that was previously originally meant to be a sequel to GoldenEye, but was turned into an original game. And they're turning it into an immersive sim that looks like it's inspired by like Deus Ex. And it's also like Mirror's Edge style parkour and hand-to-hand combat. And the animations for the takedowns were so good. Like in one of them, it's a first-person game, but you like see her leg come up and like wrap around a person's neck and slam him to the ground. It looks so good. And oh my god, did you check out the trailer?
I did check out the trailer. I'm very excited.
It looks so good, man. The moment they were looking at the roofs, I was like, this looks like it would be cool to parkour. And then she did parkour, and I was like, oh my god, what's happening? It looks incredible. I'm excited to see so much more of this, and I hope it's as good as it looks. And maybe this could be the game to do it. This could be the game to make immersive sims mainstream.